Hello everybody, welcome back to the Limit of Adhesion and Season 4 of our Open Wheeler Championship. This is the Formula 3s and we are at Spa. My name's Gareth and joining me once again in commentary is Jools. Jools, how are you?
Good, thanks. Good to have you back. Welcome back to the commentary booth.
Well, thank you so much. Yes, it's nice to be back. So, once again then, we are at the legendary Spa Francorchamps, one of the best circuits in the world. I know it's your favourite, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on my top of my top 10.
Top of your top 10. Nice. Okay, well, let's take a look at the championship standings then. Gavin Kelly still out in front, but only 2 points ahead of Oliver Walker from the Rumblebees. And look at that, in third place, it's Rob Miller homing in, and he's, 80 points behind Oliver, so getting very close in that battle. James Garlick in fourth with David Lyne in fifth. Very strange to see him so far down. Jools, is he effectively out of the championship now?
Yeah, pretty much. I think he's... his early round mishaps kind of probably dented his enthusiasm, and he just hasn't got going, really, I guess.
Yeah, so a three-car battle for the championship now? I assume...
Yeah, there's three. I mean, it's Jordan Johnson would have to have, all the rest of the races wins, I think.
Wow, yes, which would be quite stunning. I mean, he's certainly capable of it. He's very rapid indeed, as we have seen over the last few races. Taking a look then at the team standings, Stupid Aguirre still out in front ahead of Race Ventura with the aforementioned Jordan Johnson.
Yeah, this is where it's all to play for the top 5, even 6 teams there.
Yes, because we don't see all of the teams scoring consistently well in each race, do we? And we can see that the Williams team are actually on the same amount of points as Race Ventura, so really still tight in the championship between those two. And the practice results, the car is on screen. Rob Miller, the fastest in practice, a 2:08.981. He's got away with him around this track, hasn't he, Jools?
He's just ridiculously fast around Spa. I think it's because we made him do a hot lap, and since then, no one can beat him here.
Yeah, that was his first debut in the Formula Renault Hot Lap series, wasn't it? And yes, it was just a mind-blowing effort.
I think he's won it in Formula Renault GT3 and F3.
Wow. Let's take a look at that grid then. Rob Miller, David Lyne, Nicola Lee, and then Gavin Kelly in fourth. Merrin Hoogervind in fifth and Oliver Walker in sixth. Then we've got Nathan Parker from the Stupid Aguirre team, Jordan Johnson, Graham Bardsley and Reece Creighton rounding out the top 10. So a few things to note here then. The cars aren't on the grid, are they?
There's something there. There's a car in front of them. What's that doing there?
Yeah, so we're looking at a rolling start rather than the customary standing start for this one. An admin error is results in that.
I'm sure that admin error will not come and bite the admin in the arse.
Well, let's hope not then. So a bumper old grid though for this one. Is that 28 cars on the grid here?
A new record, yeah.
Why is it a rolling start?
Indeed.
And the first of the complainers, Oliver Walker.
Safety, maybe.
Roberto suggesting maybe safety for the reason for this. And it's probably a good idea, though, for considering that La Source is quite
good luck, I guess.
Difficult corner at the beginning of a race.
Sorry, guys.
So nice to see Gary Richards back on the grid as well in the Lego livery car. We last saw him at the Battle of the Big Wings.
Welcome to the special edition extra dangerous turn 1 where we all roll in together, nose to tail in the La Source.
Well, by the way, I appreciate that you piggybacking off my lap.
Oh, there was, I guess there was some toe shenanigans going on in qualifying, as you often see here at Spa.
Yes, indeed, yeah. So also,
good to see Gary. Yep.
Yeah, and also good to see the Risky Racing boys making their debut in the Open Wheelers.
You can't pass.
Normally only see them over in GT3s.
Inside of the lane you start into, you cross the start finish.
This rolling start has certainly let the drivers be chatty, hasn't it?
Yeah.
3 of the 4 Risky Racing stable drivers have joined us for this race.
Yeah, and really
Yoshika
nice.
is back, although he seems to have got the Hungary livery still.
Well, that's good because he didn't get to race on it, so I'm glad to see he's using it for this one. So the car's coming out of the bus stop then, ready to start this race. Rob Miller has made a good start
because he's going to have a tow all the way down the Kemmel Straight, isn't he? So he wants to get a flying start, and looks like he's jumped a lot of them.
Yeah, he's got a great start, and that's Nicola Lee then up into second place with David Lyne, and is that Hoogervin just battling away with Lyne as well. two Stupid Aguirres side by side as they come down the hill to the Eau Rouge corner for the first time then. And Miller's got a great start. Look at that then, Parker through on Kelly then. Let's see if everyone gets safely through Radion. Oh, I'm holding my breath as they come through there. But it looks like the front cars are generally through safely then. And look at that, Jordan Johnson, and in through the Stupid Aguirres, siving his way through the field. And as they come through Lacombe. Oh no, we've got cars off in the background. No, that's Termalarin. And who's that?
Graham Bardsley in his Braun livery.
He's back in the Braun livery, not in his Williams livery. That's going to catch us out. Wow, Lions just got... Oh no. So Malaran was going slowly there, and there's a huge accident going on with Nathan Parker from the Stupid Aguirre team. Such a shame after he had such a strong start. That's allowed line back up into third. Jordan Johnson right on the curb as he came through Pouon.
I saw Hoogeveen was going slow. Need a replay of what happened there.
Yes, I think you're right. I just sort of caught the car, and then I was always going to comment on a line going round the outside of him. As we hear from Nathan, but not quite. But at least he's still alive. That was a really scary accident. Here we go, side by side then. Bardsley, Malarin, and one of the Risky Racing boys. Oh, 3 wide into Lacombe. Just never going to work.
Certainly risky.
Certainly risky. And here's a replay of Sam Stop. Whoa! Winslade nearly getting collected as the car came round there. And here's a replay then. So we've got Hoogeveen on the grass. Oh, wow, that's unfortunate. That just looked like Nathan just
not enough space.
Not enough space, yeah, such a shame.
It looks like Hoogeveen was riding the curb before the corner like a skateboard.
Yeah.
And that's what caused him to be slow.
Yeah, he was right onto the grass, wasn't he? So, as they came through to complete the first lap then, we've got Rob Miller in the lead from Nicola Lee and David Lyon in third. Jordan Johnson's in fourth from Gavin Kelly in fifth. Then we've got Merrin Hoogeveen, and that's Dom Parker round, isn't it, at La Source. So he's falling down the order now, down to 18th place. Incidents under investigation all the way already then. Malarin, Bardsley and Stephen Greening. We're on board with Greening, battling away against one of the other Risky Racing boys. That's Rhys Creighton just ahead of us then. And then also in investigation, Hoogeveen and Parker. Here we come to Lacombe. That's Ollie Walker just ahead, isn't it, in the Rumblebees? Shame that his teammates... Oh no! Contact between the two Risky Racers. And Greening's in the wall. Broken wheel. That's
be a toe.
Yeah, there's got to be a toe there. Here's Gavin Kelly from Stupid Aguirre then. Still up in fifth place and having a good drive. Hoogeveen's recovered well from that earlier incident to be running P6. And since...
Yeah, and Miller's not getting away yet at the front.
No, less than a second between them. That's good to see. And since we last came here, iRacing have made that change to the four-wheel detection method on this track, haven't they? Do you mind talking about that?
Yeah, I think they've made it slightly more fair. It was one of the harshest tracks. Hopefully they'll do this to all the circuits just to get the track limits right, because I was practicing Monza the other day and let's just look at this replay. Yeah, they just tangled mid-corner. Unfortunate.
Yeah, 2 into 1 don't go. That's unfortunate, like you say. Oh no, that's Gary Richards off in his distinctive Lego car. Tumbling down the order then.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know, you might know more about it than me. They just kind of fixed up the track limits and practicing Monza. I hope they do the same for that, because some of those are just very harsh.
Yeah, well my understanding was that previously it was the centre line of the car. If it went over a predefined limit, that would be an off track. But now it's defined as all four wheels being off the track, which is why it's called the four-wheel detection system. But
you do know more than me then. But yeah, look at this. Miller under threat from Nicola.
Yeah, and both of them running off track then. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just it makes it fairer. It means the curbs.
Sure, you just blinked for a good 10 seconds there.
So here
She's for sure.
Yep. And we hear that it means that the cars can sort of take a line that's more realistic to the real racers. And wow, yeah, Nicola Lee really pressuring then. And look at that, that's Walker attacking Hoogeveen. Gap at the front still maintained then, so Nicola didn't get through.
Neither did Walker, he's got him for a bit more slipstream.
Yes, indeed, yeah. We saw Stephen Batty there in the orange and blue McLaren. Here he is coming through Lecombe. And Parker attacking Chris Forrester as they come to this section of the track. A few cars back.
Yeah, battles all down the field.
To be... Oh, who's that running wide?
Is that Gareth?
Possibly, yeah. White, mostly white rear end of the car, I expect it was.
Yeah, I think that's Malaring.
Yes.
In front of them. It's been wide.
Yeah, well spotted. So...
They're going to be using up all their incident points.
Yes.
Even with the relaxed rules here.
Yeah, Dom Parker diving down the inside then of Chris Forrester, and he's made it work at Pouon. Nice move there. And Nicola Lee still pressuring Rob Miller at the front then. This is a great battle for first.
Looking at it, I think Rob's gone for a very low downforce setup. In fact, you can see it on the wing there. Look at that, the difference.
Yes, you're right.
So Rob is going to struggle massively through the corners, but he's going to be very hard to pass in a straight line.
I'm actually more impressed that it's been showing on. It shows on the replay and on the car attitude. You can actually see the wing difference. That's fantastic.
I'd expect nothing less.
Fastest lap for Rob Miller, a 2:10.3, 2:10.4
They're just
for
leaving the
Nicola.
guys behind them behind in their dirt.
Yeah, look at that. David Lyons still 3/10 off that pace, and Johnson's in the 2:10s as you expect. Oh, Malarin caught out by the closing speed with Richards then, and they tangled into the Fagny chicane. Look at this then, here comes Michael Messenger attacking Ollie Walker as they come down to Eau Rouge, side by side. Wow.
A bit of side-by-side Eau Rouge action.
Yes. Can be extremely risky, but it's always very entertaining to watch as a viewer. Wow, Walker's still holding on then. So nice to see the risky racers in the field, as I said.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's not got a risky racing livery there, has he? He's got a Valentino Rossi one.
Yeah, no, it's cool. No further action before the Malarin, Bardsley and Greening incident on lap 1.
Garlick's quite low down.
Yeah, running P12 at the moment. No further action necessary for Hugavin and Parker either. The steward's saying, let them race.
Let them crash.
Let them crash, yeah.
I'd say Parker maybe just cut in slightly too early, he wasn't quite clear, and he ended up in the barrier, so I guess penalty has been served.
Yes. So Don Parker back behind Chris Forrester then. We had seen him make the move at Pouon, so Chris has got back through.
Yeah, looks like that one's going to run.
Yes, it does. Oh no, that's Hugavin off the road then. He was high up the order. Oh no, and he's dropped it and looped it round then as he tried to get going again. And now he's having to wait. Doesn't want to unsafe rejoin. He's had to tow. That was the Rainbow ETM car of Namath going through. Look at this then. Will Burnett under pressure from James Garlick.
Garlick, one of the most careful drivers in the league, and Will, one of the toughest defenders in the league, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah. And Tour Malarin coming up behind him. Oh, what's happened there then?
Garlick got out of shape coming out of the bus stop.
Oh, that's cost him a place to Tour Malarin then. And we see that's the Ledge losing it, and Sam Stott scampering through, taking 18th place then.
Lose it, saving it, and then losing it again by the looks of it.
Yeah, and he's just lost another place to Jason Weaver, and Gary Richards coming through as well as he fights back after the tangle with Malarin.
You don't want to tread on Gary Richards' car. It'll really hurt.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, yeah, especially in socks. So, no further action for Creighton and Greening. Oh, look at this action between Walker and Messenger then. This is fantastic battling. And you can really see the drivers starting to hang the car onto the curbs a lot more now, and just a lot more realistic and what you'd expect to see from cars going round Spa. Especially on the exit of this no-name.
It's a track that you want to be able to push on, you know. You don't want to be punished for like every little dip off of the circuit. Yeah, I'm glad they fixed it.
Yes, indeed, yeah. And Pouon's another one where you can really use the outside curb nowadays.
absolutely. Batty's running pretty high up there in 8th place.
Yeah, nice to see that.
You can see who's been using their incident points.
Nicola
So
Lee.
Forrester and Schooling haven't used any yet.
Lee's on 11.
I'm not sure it counts exactly. I think it might show some people going over, but it does show that at least they have used the most so far.
But that's a lot, isn't it? For 9 for Line, 9 for Miller as well. We're only on lap 5 of 11. They might,
Well, they're racing hard, and we got
Lee's,
another pit stop early from Lee.
yeah, Lee going into the pit lane early for the undercut then. Now this is probably wise because he's obviously running a higher downforce setup to Miller, and so the natural overtaking spots are just not available to him with Miller's higher top speed. Here comes Josh Kanamuth then, getting past Chris White from the CC Racing team. This is the battle for 14th and 15th place, and Chris gone straight into the pits then. Michael Messenger still behind Oliver Walker. This is one that really is running and running. Can't quite see where that Parker and Forrester battle is at the moment.
Lee's come out behind Garlic and Forrester. He'll need to clear them quickly. He's going to catch up on Miller.
Yeah. Messenger's done it then. At long last, he's got through and he's up into 5th place. And here comes Burnett and Malarin side by side into Lecombe. Well, that's a nice battle going on there. And Malarin did tell me that he's just adapting to some new pedals on his rig, so he has been struggling with the braking issues, and he says that definitely contributed to some of his woes in Hungary. So expect to see him get on top of that later on in the season. Graham Bardsley attacking Jenkins into Lecombe and siving his way past. Penalty then for Termalarin. 5 championship points and 2 penalty points then for the earlier collision. That will be the one with Richards, I assume.
Yeah. No, I'm always quite nervous actually putting new hardware on, because you never know what it's going to do. You don't really want to do it just before a race. You want to give it like a week or so, hopefully.
Yes.
If you can.
But when you're double championshipping and it's GT3 one weekend and F3 the next, that does make
Then
it
you're a bit out of luck, yeah.
Yeah. Oliver Walker's fighting back and not giving up on that 5th place. He wants it back from Michael Messenger as they come up to the bus stop.
Yeah, the toes were 6 to 8 tenths around here, so, unless you're a lot faster than the guy behind, as Messenger pits,
Yep.
you don't get away.
Oh, Messenger. That was so...
Right, yeah, that's my
That was
bad.
Chur nerfed by Burnett there.
That's right. And Malarin had just overtaken and slotted into the braking zone, and sadly Burnett just into the back of him. We've got pit stops going on. Garlic coming out of the pit lane. Malarin's gone in, presumably to use his quick pair. Messenger's just exiting the pits as well. Got a battle here between Don Parker and Jenkins as they come into the bus stop. And Jenkins diving into the pit lane. And did he just hit it?
Literally into the pit lane.
Yes. That's unfortunate, but at least he can get that quick repair utilised. Here comes Nicola Lee being chased by Chris Forrester. And that's Jake Weaver from the MMPR team coming down the straight behind them. Nice to see him there in 11th place. So Batty now up to 6th, Winslade up to 7th, courtesy of not pitting yet. And Will Burnett in 8th. Here comes Nicola Lee then. He's in 9th place at the moment.
Yeah, 28.8 seconds off the lead. Looking at how long these stops are taking.
Yes, and we're on board with David Lyon then from the A team. I don't think his teammate is in this one, is he? I think he is ill. Get well soon. Gary Jones, Hugavin
There's a
into
replay
the
of that
barriers.
earlier incident, just on his own dropping it, unfortunately.
Yeah, big shame. Yeah, so Gary Jones from the A team not in this one, sadly, or as we'd be staring at an even bigger number of entrants, getting close to that max 30.
There was a worry because the event was limited to 30, so we were keeping an eye on who was joining
Yeah.
to make sure that everybody that should race could race.
Well, and Richard Santana as well. Meanwhile, Nathan Parker then battling with Keith Schooling from the Shell Squirrel team. Not seen Keith in the race yet, so nice to see him on screen.
Line and Johnson in the pits.
Yep, replay of... now that's so easy to do with the Formula 3 coming out of the bus stop there, and a nice recovery
I'll give
there.
it some points for the style there in recovery.
Yeah. So Jordan Johnson and David Lyne blasting out of the pits.
Yep, coming out in the same orders that they went in. Battle resumes.
Battle resumes, and there goes Nicola Lee. So he has maintained just ahead of those two.
Yeah, it looks like he lost some time to them, so they are a bit closer than they were. Actually, quite a lot closer.
Yeah. And once again, we can see some paint damage on Line's nose, but it's just from hitting the curbs too hard, isn't it? With this car, it just seems to flake the paint off.
Yeah, you just go for a curb and the nose decides it's damaged. I think it's a bug.
It's a shame. So the other notable name then, when we were talking about that Max 30, Richard Santana from Race Ventura. Not seen him for a couple of races. Hope he can come back and rejoin us soon. We've got a great battle going on here. Wow, Malarin just 2 wheels on the grass there.
Yep, that gives Parker the opportunity he wants to get in the inside for Lecon.
Yeah, and Chris Forrester from the CC Racing team. The 3 of them going at it. So most of the top cars have now made their pit stops. Got a few out of position there, I can see. Weaver running in, 9th now. Messenger's just come past
Batty
him.
in 4th. And obviously Miller and Kelly still haven't pitted yet.
Yeah, and Oliver Walker in 3rd. So I expect to see the order shuffle around a little bit more still. And a penalty for Will Burnett for the collision with Till Malarin, who we are riding on board with Free Poo on. Here they come then. Rob Miller into the lead, into the pits from the lead, I beg your pardon, and that's Roberto Costa just ahead of him in the Otto Esports racing team. And is that 3-way battle again between Forrester, Parker, he's gone very wide there, and Malarin.
Yeah, just snatched the gravel, lucky he didn't get turned around.
Yeah,
It's quite easy to spin on that corner if you go too wide.
and there's cars just ahead of them as well. That's James Garlick and Will Burnett from the Williams
Could be a
team.
5-way scrapped here.
Yeah. Wow, this is amazing stuff. Malarin zigzagging this way and that as he tries to make his way through. Oh, what a great move there through the bus stop. John Parker looking to
Excellent
follow
move.
us through.
Because now he's giving them the tow all the way up the hill.
Yeah. And there's so much action going on. We just haven't even had time to talk about all of the exciting news that's been going on off track in the LOA this week. It's been quite extraordinary. It almost feels like we need a podcast at times just to catch up with stuff. Or maybe just me to get my arse in gear and start writing articles on the website once again. Here comes that 3-way scrap once again, then down the Kemmel Straight. Parker's itching. Oh no. That's a big one. Wow.
Yeah, that was inevitable, it felt.
Yeah. That one needed to be a little more cautious. Meanwhile then, here's Nicola back into 2nd place in the race. And now on 19X, so has he had a drive-through? Or will he need a drive-through?
No, I think it's picking up extra off tracks. I don't know what the reason is, but I don't think it's entirely accurate. It's just a gauge of roughly how many they've taken.
I see, right. Did you see his...
Yeah, he would have a drive through because it's limited to 17
Yes.
actual incident points.
Yeah. You could see his rear wing wiggling away as he bumped over that curb there. And the incident obviously under investigation between Parker, Forrester and Malarin.
Yeah, I'd say I wouldn't have put my nose in that gap. It was too fluid, but, racing.
Yeah, as you say, too fluid. They're just moving around way too much. Just a bit too much of a risk, if you ask me.
Johnson picks up another X, so that's up to 12, and Leh is on 20, apparently.
Well, Miller got another one as well. He was on 14 a second ago. We're on board with James Garlick then from the Williams team, currently running in 11th place. And he's still chasing Will Burnett, the pink privateer. And into the bus stop they come. Just a couple of laps left in this one then. Chris White attacking Gary Richards.
Yeah, and Miller, 6 seconds almost now his lead, so the undercut obviously not working.
No, but as we said before, I mean, he's just in a different plane of existence on this track compared to many of the other drivers, it seems. Just going over to the outside of the MMPR of Jake Weaver. Just keeps the car in bounds, sweeps beautifully around the outside. We're on board with Don Parker then for that earlier incident on the Kemmel Straight.
Yes.
Yeah, that...
The seas parted, and then they closed again.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I think with netcode and internet racing, it's just not really worth that kind of level of risk, if you ask me.
That's a shame, because they were having a great battle.
They were indeed, yeah. And Jake Weaver's fighting back on Namath then as they come to Lecombe. He's still got the old message on the exhaust pipe. I will point out that is a reference to an old British TV show called Balls of Steel, and the big gay following was one of the comedians on there, and that was his catchphrase.
I'm glad you explained.
It's worth checking out on YouTube because it is hysterically funny, as is the annoying devil. Ooh, penalty then for Don Parker, -10 championship points and 4 penalty points for that big one on the Kemmel Straight.
That's a bargain for wrecking 3 cars.
Yeah.
In the old rules, that would have been like 30.
Yeah. Wow, Jake Weaver very wide through the first part of Fanny there. As we cut back to Roberto Costa and Nicola Lee. So...
Yeah, grabbing some toe there, trying to get some defence against Lionel Johnson, who aren't that far behind him now.
Yeah. And Costa a lap down. Disappointing and unusual to see him that far down. We didn't actually see what's caused that.
No joy this round for Otto.
No.
Otto Esports.
But it has been a ridiculously action-packed and entertaining race. Just a non-stop banger.
It's going to get more. Look, Johnson's right in the toe of the line here.
Johnson really fancies this podium then, and as they come into Lecombe side by side, Line trying to hang on around the
That's a
outside.
beautiful move.
That is.
That's been 11 laps in the making, hasn't it, that move?
Yeah, and we're on
Pretty much.
We're on the final tour as well, so he's done it at just the right time, because realistically Dave's only going to have, both super wide out, no name.
Both picking an incident up there.
Yeah, Dave's only going to have one chance to fight that back, and that's going to be on the run to the bus stop. And I don't think he's got an answer there. Oh, replay of Malarin. Oh, this is into Lecombe and having a solo one into the wall. Explosive.
Yeah, end of a bad day for Molarin there. He's been tagged a couple of times. He's tagged someone and then eventually just put it in the wall. One to forget.
Yeah. But as we say, possible pedals impacting and new equipment, so expect to see him back on form in the next one. We'll be at Monza for the Formula 3, I believe.
That's right.
That should be.
So this is Line's one chance. It's quite tricky to do it into the bus stop, but you've seen it can be done.
Yeah, and he's got a great slipstream this time. Here he comes. He's choosing the outside line. Jordan's a pretty smart... Oh, yeah. Line bows out of him. Don Parker facing the wrong way and choosing to reverse out of the way to clear the way for the drivers. Nice to see.
Well, he had a go, and then it didn't work, so he just took the escape, which is sensible.
So, Rob Miller wins at Spa once again from Nicola Lee and Jordan Johnson in third. David Lyon came home in fourth. They're still going though. Here's James Garlick into the bus stop just behind Burnett.
Well,
oh no!
Track.
Burnett's losing it. Wow.
On the line.
On the line, loses the
Bloody
10th
netcode.
place. And 11th because Stott's gone through. And here.
Well, Will, did you just do that so you could finish first in the sprint? Was that just
Ollie, just shush. No, I didn't do anything like that. I did it because I'm a fucking retard, mate.
Indeed, and apologies for the bad language there from Mr. Burnett.
Nathan, you're a boy scout as well, no?
I'm not getting your way in the last
Oh,
lap.
did-
You got me on this last source. I was scared.
Jason Weaver just dropping it into the
I think
bus
I
stop
spent
then,
90% of that
as
race side
he
by
and
side with someone.
and the ledge went side by side.
I also had,
the race ended half an hour ago, but
like,
it's still
two-
going
two-
on.
I know.
2 laps of fuel and 2 laps to go.
So the ledge comes
So
home
that
in
was
18th.
also sketchy.
Here comes 19th, and
You looked like you were driving on ice at the start. What was that all about?
Just don't ask me, mate. Honestly, just went into a cone and just like drift. Nothing I could do.
yeah, that's called an aero stall. I know you can't hear me. Wow, what a banger of a race then. So Rob Miller wins at Spa, as we say in the feature race, from Nicola Lee and Jordan Johnson in third. David Lyon comes home in fourth ahead of Gavin Kelly in fifth. Michael Messenger, the first of the risky racers, comes home in sixth ahead of Oliver Walker. Stephen Batty, Winslade in ninth. 10th was James Garlick. 11th Sam Stott. Will Burnett in 12th. 13th Josh Ganema. 14th Gary Richards, fresh on his day return. Chris White in 15th. And then we've got Jake Weaver, Graham Bartley, The Ledge, Jason Weaver, Nathan Parker, Keith Schooling, and I ran out of time because there are so many drivers in this race today. Amazing stuff. Steward decisions then, penalty for car 24. That's Termalarin, penalty for car 69. That's Will Burnett, and a penalty for car 26. That'll be Don Parker. And all of those incidents were featured in the race. Here we can see some replays of the two risky racers having a bit of a moment and incident. That's Greening going into the barriers there. And Bruce Creighton. Oh, and here is that aero stall then for Sam Stott. You can see he's just lost all grip and aero, and then obviously the car spins. At that point, when that happens with this car, you've just got to let off the power completely until everything reattaches and grips up.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to let it settle. A pretty anonymous race for Kelly there, but he has extended his lead slightly over Walker. But obviously Miller has taken a huge chunk out of both of them.
Yes, indeed, yeah, and those guys must be starting to feel the pressure then with such a fearsome competitor as Rob Miller homing in on them. He's not had much of the rub of the green in the last two championships, and he's got to be feeling this might be his time for a championship. But then obviously Kelly, after that season 1 disappointment, which I know he clings on to, he must be desperate for this one to get through. There's that replay of the Nathan Parker incident. And taking a look at the team's championships then, Stupid Aguri still out on top, Race Ventura inching ahead now of the Williams team. There's daylight between the two. And we see Little and Large up 2 places courtesy of Rob's win then. And such a shame that Tony Hankin hasn't been able to join us much this season.
Yeah, spending a bit more time with his family.
Yeah, dearly missed though, and look forward to welcoming him back. Next time though, it will be the sprint race top 12 reversal. And as we heard from Sam in the video, we know that it will be Will Burnett and him on the front row. So as a reminder, you can join us at thelimitofadhesion.com, facebook.com/limitofadhesion. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the videos. Come say hi on Discord. Cheers, Jools.
See you next time.